Towards this direction, isn't it? Towards the east, anti-clockwise. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yes. Then he turns 45 degrees anti-clockwise. That means 45 degrees is this much. That means now he is here. Let's erase this now. Okay. Then next, now he turns again 180 degrees in anti-clockwise direction. So 180 degrees will be 180 degrees what? Just a straight line. This is 180 degrees. So that means he'll just face here in northwest. Is that correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yeah. Then next is now he turns 270 degrees clockwise. Okay, now 270 clockwise from this direction. Let me write this here. This is clockwise direction towards east and 270 degrees. So 270 degrees means if we split it to just make it easier, we can say that firstly it will take 180 degrees turn and then again a 90-degree turn. Correct? Just to make that easier. So if it takes first of all 180 degrees, it was here. So again he'll come here. Correct? And 90 degrees more. So 90 degrees more will be towards this direction. So yes, you have got it correct. Very well done. The answer will be southwest. Got it? So this is how you have to do such type of questions where rotation is based on degrees. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see another one. Okay, I think this was all about degrees. No, one question is more of degree. Before that, okay, do one thing. Just do question number 4 first, and then we'll do the shallow ones. Exam. Do them together later. Just do the fourth one first.
Ma'am, is the answer southeast?
Southeast you are getting? Okay, let's see. Sorry, southeast, right? Let's see. So Megha is facing north direction. So she's facing north. That means here. And walks 10 kilometers. Okay, so 10 kilometers she walks north. Then she turns 270 degrees. So 270 degrees means again, firstly 180 degrees and then 90 degrees. That means towards west. Okay, sorry. It is anti-clockwise. I didn't notice that. It is anti-clockwise. That means in east. 270 degrees anti-clockwise. That means if she was facing north initially, so now she'll be facing east after 270 degrees. Is that correct? Yeah. And walks for 15 kilometers. Then now she again turns 45 degrees clockwise. So 45 degree clockwise. Clockwise is this. That means now she's facing southeast and then she walks for 25 kilometers. So although distance doesn't have to do anything in this question, we only have to tell which direction is she facing now. Yes, so your answer is correct again. She'll be facing southeast. Good, that's correct. Okay, understood how we do such type of questions based on rotation? Yeah. Okay, now let us do some questions on shadow formation. Yeah. So remember what we studied about shadow? Let us quickly revise it. So if we have the four directions, okay, north, east, south, and west. Okay, so about shadows, what we studied that shadows are always formed on opposite direction of, like opposite to sun, isn't it? So whatever is the position of the sun at that particular point of time of the day, so the shadow will be on the opposite side, right? So if, for example, it is the time of sunrise, okay, in the morning time, from morning till afternoon, the sun will be in the east direction here. This is the sun, for example, say, okay. So the shadow will be where? Opposite side of sun, that is in the west. This will be the shadow on the west. Okay, got it? And this thing you have to remember. And when it is sunset, it's just the opposite. It just gets reversed. Sun comes towards west because it sets towards, like it sets in the west direction. So the shadow will be formed in the east direction. Okay, got it?
Yes,
Based
ma'am.
on this only, yeah, based on this only, now we'll see the questions based on sunrise and sunset. For example, say question number 3. Now, one morning after sunrise, Nandita and John were sitting in a lawn with their backs towards each other. With their backs towards each other means if one of them is facing east, so the other one must be facing the opposite direction, that is west. If one of them is facing south, the other one will be facing north, right? Because their backs are towards each other. That means they are facing opposite to each other. All right. Next question. Now, first of all, the first thing, it is morning time. So we just quickly have to recall that, okay, it's the morning time. That means this will be the scenario that shadow will be forming on the west, in the west direction. Now, Nandita's shadow fell exactly towards her left hand side. Nandita's shadow fell exactly towards her left hand side. So we know that shadow is formed in the west direction only. So that means this west direction is Nandita's left side. Okay, so Nandita must be facing north or south such that the shadow falls on her left. When will this be left side of Nandita? When she's facing north or south?
Ma'am, I didn't hear you.
Yes, beta?
Ma'am, what did you say?
Yeah, I was asking now. See, again in the question it is said that Nandita's shadow fell exactly towards her left hand side. Okay, Nandita's shadow is towards her left, Nandita's left. And we know that it is the time of sunrise. It is the morning time. In the morning time, shadow will be in the west direction. Okay, that means shadow is in this direction. This is the shadow. So you have to tell me that whether Nandita is facing north or south, because it is given that the shadow is in the left side of Nandita, towards the left of Nandita. So Nandita's left is the shadow. That means she's facing which direction? Getting the point or not?
He's facing east.
No, we
No,
have to see. We have to see in this way. See, I think you're getting confused. Just a minute. I'll start all over again. Okay, just forget this. So the very first thing that we have to do, okay, this so you have understood, no, that if this is the time of sunrise, shadow is in the west
yes,
direction, yeah, because the sun is rising from east. During sunrise, that means morning time, and in sunset, that means in the evening time, the it will just be the opposite. Sun will be in the west and shadow will be in the east, right? Now when we come to the question, first thing that it is given that it is the morning time. That means it will be like this. The position of sun and shadow will be like this because it is the morning time. Okay. We know that whatever shadow will be formed, it will be forming in the west direction. Okay, this much clear?
yes,
Because
ma'am.
it is the morning time, so whatever shadow will be forming, it will be in the west direction. Now the west direction can be left side of someone or can be right side of someone, or it can be the it can be behind of someone. It depends upon what direction that person is facing. When we were learning about this, we also, just a minute, we mentioned this thing that if this is north, this is west, this is east, and this is south. So we mentioned this thing that if a person is facing north, then west will be his left and east will be his right, isn't it? When he is facing north. But when he is facing south, it becomes opposite. This becomes right and this becomes left. Do you remember this thing? If a person is facing north, so west side is the left side and east side is the right side. But it is opposite in the case when the person is facing south. Okay. Now we'll apply this thing here. Now see if Nandita's shadow fell exactly towards her left hand side. That means Nandita's left hand side. Shadow is where? Shadow is
At
in this direction. This direction.
northeast.
This direction. Shadow. Shadow is in
Oh,
west, no?
yeah.
Isn't it? Because it is the morning time, shadow is in the west direction. Here, if I write it, so here is the shadow. Okay. And then it is also given that where the shadow is forming, that side is Nandita's left side. Now look in this figure. Now can you tell me if shadow is to the left of Nandita, that means in which direction she is facing, north or south? Left. Yes.
Facing
Yes, now you have told correctly. Nandita must be facing north only. If Nandita is facing north, that's why towards her left is coming the shadow. Okay, if she was facing right, if she was facing south, then the shadow will be on her right. But in the question, it is given that that shadow is falling to her left side. That means she must be facing north only. Getting? Yes, I'll
Yeah.
repeat it. Yeah, so let me first write it. That means Nandita is facing north. That's why the shadow which is formed in the west direction, it is the left side of Nandita. And what it is asked? It is asked that which direction John is facing. So John is facing opposite of Nandita. That means John must be facing south direction. Okay, get it?
John will be facing south.
Yeah. Why so? Because Nandita is facing north and John and Nandita, it is already written here that they are sitting with their backs towards each other. So if Nandita is facing north, so John will be facing south only because they are facing opposite direction. Okay? Yes? Got it?
Yes.
Yeah. You want me to repeat it? This one? This one said? Left and right one, or you have got it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's see question number 4. We'll apply the same logic in question number 4 also. Okay? Let's see now. Now, question number 4 says Megha is facing north. Okay, not question number 4, sorry. This we have already done. Question number 5 we have to do. One morning after sunrise, Joe was facing a pole. The shadow of the pole fell exactly to his right. To which direction was he facing? Would you like to try this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Let's try it first. First of all, what you have to see that which time of the day it is. So it is the morning time. That means shadow will be in the west direction.
Ma'am, Joe's facing west.
Okay, Joe is facing west. You're saying. Let's see. Joe can't face west. In the west, the shadow is already forming. No.
Mm, Then
In the west is shadow itself.
then he'd have to be in the south.
Yes. I think now you're correct. Okay, let us see. One morning after sunrise, Joe was standing facing a pole. Okay, he's facing the pole. Okay, so the shadow of the pole fell exactly to his right. So this is here is the shadow in the west, isn't it? So the shadow of the pole is falling to the right of Joe. Okay, so west direction will be the right of Joe only when he'll be facing south. Because if he's facing south, then this will be right and this becomes left. Okay, got it? Yes? Okay, try the sixth one now. In sixth also, it is the morning time because 8 a.m. it is given. So James and Harry were standing facing each other at 8 a.m. Again, morning time. So we'll just quickly, for a reference, we'll make this. This is the sun in the east, and here will be the shadow.
Ma'am, James will be standing to his north.
Okay, let's see. So James and Harry were standing facing each other at 8 a.m. Shadow of Harry fell exactly to his right. Okay, the shadow is here and shadow is towards the right of Harry. So shadow will be towards right only in which case when Harry will be facing south. Yes, so we have told it correctly. Harry is facing south, but it is asked about James. So James will be facing the opposite direction because they were standing facing each other. They are facing each other, no? So that means opposite of Harry will be James. So James will be north. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, very good. Try the seventh one now. Now in the seventh one, it is 4 p.m. So evening time it is. Sun will be in the west. And this is the shadow.
Ma'am, he will be at the north.
Okay, let's see. A boy was standing facing the pole at 4 p.m. That means evening time. Shadow of the pole fell towards his right. Okay, so towards his right. Shadow here. So shadow will be towards right only when the boy will be facing north. You've got it correct? Very nice. Correct. Eighth question. The last question for today. Let us try this one also. You got not only no for seventh one?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. So it is again the morning time. Sun will be there. Shadow will be there. If Victor's shadow was exactly to the left of Jack, so firstly, you can find the direction of Jack to the
North.
left of Jack.
Jack was facing north.
Yes, correct. So Jack will be facing north. And why so? Because if he's facing north, then only the shadow will be towards his left, right? And then if Jack is facing north, okay, this is only asked about Jack is only asked. So Jack is facing north and Victor will be facing south.
South.
Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
So I hope these type of questions also you are able to do it. Yeah.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
few more questions of these types we'll do, and then tomorrow itself we'll start with a new topic then. All right.
Yes, ma'am.